History remembers empires, but sometimes a single battle changes the fate.
In 636 AD, the Levant was a crucial battleground. The nascent Rashidun.
For the Rashidun Caliphate, the conquest of Syria was paramount. It represented not just territory.
Under the stern leadership of Caliph Umar, the armies of Islam prepare to march forth from Medina. The sword of Allah.
The Byzantine Empire stands at the brink. Emperor Heraclius must mobilize the armies and confront the Persians.
With over 20,000 heavy infantry, the Byzantine army dominates the mountain passes. Their superior armor ensures victory. The strength of this army lies not just in its numbers, but in its unity and discipline as they approach the Yarmouk.
This is the Yarmouk. In the year 636 AD, the fate of the world rested on the...
The Romans will not expect us to cross this wadi. We hit their flank hard here at dawn.
The contrast was stark. The Byzantine forces relied on an armored rigidity, while the Saracens emphasized flexibility and speed. The dawn breaks, and with it, the battle begins. Thousands of men meet in a clash that will echo through history.
This is the reality of war, a brutal ballet of steel and mud.
This was the essence of Khalid's strategy. Rapid movement and flanking maneuvers that shattered the enemy's lines before they could react. The Byzantine approach was simple, brute strength. These heavily armored cataphracts delivered an unstoppable, thundering weight.
This field, now choked with dust and blood, bears witness to the brutal cost of our ambition.
In the year 636, the unity of the believers was their shield.
Inspired by the unwavering faith.
Silence hangs heavy over the camp. Blades are sharpened, resolve is tested, and we wait for the coming light.
Strategic patience is key. We move tonight, slowly and deliberately, striking only when they least expect it.
Confident in their victories, they believed the night was theirs. They did not know what the dawn would bring.
The enemy are cowards. They wouldn't dare attack this camp.
Dawn breaks across the Yarmouk. The decisive phase begins now.
Suddenly, the dunes erupted. It was a complete rout. We were caught entirely unprepared for the speed and ferocity of the attack. With unmatched courage, Khalid personally shattered the enemy lines, inspiring his army to victory.
The pressure on the center became overwhelming. Once the line buckled, the cohesive structure of the Tagmata dissolved rapidly.
The turning point came swift and brutal. With the enemy's flank exposed, the crimson banners surged forward, sealing the fate of the battle.
The rugged terrain proved to be their undoing. With the cliffs at their back, the retreat quickly devolved into a massacre. The Yarmouk became a chasm of devastation, swallowing whole battalions into its unforgiving depths.
Their advance is slow, but perfectly synchronized. A disciplined army moves not by speed, but by relentless, unified pressure. We have to hold this line, men! Lock your shields! We stand here or we die here! Hold it! They cannot withstand the charge. A decisive victory is at hand. The line has broken. The Byzantine arm is shattered, forced into a desperate retreat. All is lost.
When the trumpet sounds victory, you expect cheer. But silence is all that remains. They prostrate themselves, heads in the dust, in a profound display of gratitude. To lead is to stand resolute when all around you is chaos. It is... The road north was long and unforgiving. With every weary step, we left behind the ashes of...
The Battle of Yarmouk paved the way for unprecedented expansion. The Caliphate quickly absorbed the Sasanian Empire.
Today, the ancient gates of Syria open once more,
signaling a new era of peace and unity.
Through organized efforts and community cooperation, the new administration is quickly restoring essential services and rebuilding the town's infrastructure.
Farewell, Syria, my beautiful province.
And so, as the twilight swept across the Levant, 6 centuries of Byzantine dominance drew to an end.
And so, on this field at Runnymede, King John was compelled to apply his seal to the articles of the
The key to the victory in 636 was the disciplined mobile guard.
Once they turned the flank here, the Byzantine lines
Simply disintegrated under the pressure.
The Rashidun utilized swift cavalry for skirmishing and flanking maneuvers. The Byzantines countered with...
As the main column advances, the 2nd Mechanized Unit initiates the flanking maneuver along the northern ridge. The trajectory is locked.
Psychological warfare isn't just about breaking the enemy's will. It's about shaping the narrative long before the first shot is fired.
The terrain at Yarmouk, particularly the deep wadi, served as a natural barrier, offering vital flank. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. The only thing new in the world is the history you don't know. The timeline shows the initial engagement on day 1, escalating to a siege by day 3. The scale of these ancient conflicts often determined the fate of empires. The tactical brilliance displayed, as seen here at Cannae.
A battle that changed history forever.
Previously on our story, the great armies clashed at Yarmouk. The Emperor's finest legions faced the warriors of the south.
Notice the synchronization. Every trooper, every horse, moving with lethal precision. Maintain the line. Your shield is your brother's keeper. This formation is designed to absorb the shock of cavalry and break the enemy's charge.
History will remember the battle, but we remember the faces, the fear, the honor, the silence before the storm.
Our faith is the bedrock of this empire, and by the grace of the heavens, we shall endure any storm.
The key factor defining this landscape is the relentless force of the water, carving through the ancient rock strata you see exposed here.
The strategy is clear. A synchronized pincer movement here at the river crossing, while the blue forces execute the eastern flank. This secures the bridge.
The Storium clearly utilized earlier texts. We can cross-reference this passage with the Durham Gospels, which is cited in the margin here.
From the sands of time rises not just a city, but a legacy etched in sandstone and gold.
From these ancient stones, where civilization first bloomed, the Levant endures.
Like whispers on the wind, the monuments fade.
All empires crumble. The greatest victories, the proudest symbols, they all eventually return to the dust from whence they came.
The sun rises again, casting light upon the ruins of our conflict.
The impact of the conflict reverberated for decades. As the dust settled, new borders were drawn.
636 AD, turning point.
From this vantage point, the Yarmouk is more than just a river. It is the lifeline of the entire valley, flowing onwards into the horizon.
For centuries, artists have sought to capture the world around them, leaving behind...
The Vulgate translation clearly favors the Augustinian view on this passage. Perhaps, but the Greek...
The Byzantine and Sasanian empires crumbled as the armies of the Caliphate swept forth from Arabia, bringing a new age.
The siege of Arnor has concluded. The coordinated assault on the western gate proved decisive.
They called him the Sword of God, a warrior whose shadow stretched across empires.
Generations will look back on this day. We are the architects of history, marching towards our destiny.
The 14th century saw the catastrophic collapse of Byzantine authority in Anatolia.
The Levant changes forever.
Retreat sounds, and the colors are secured. We close this day with honor and respect.
We walk the same ground, seeking continuity with those who fought here centuries ago. The landscape holds the memory of their movements.
For centuries, the waters of the Yarmouk have nourished this land.
From the roar of the 20s to the hustle of today, the heartbeat of our city echoes through time. The journey continues.
The story of this remarkable place is far from over. It is a testament to the endurance. History is shaped by decisions.
Battle of Yarmouk, 636 AD.
The mist takes the fallen, friend and foe alike. Only the earth remembers the names spoken in their last breath.
The guns have fallen silent, and the long night is over. Now, the quiet work of healing.
As the sun rises over these ancient mountains, we are reminded that every day,
These ancient stones, laid by Roman hands, represent the very foundation of our journey.
Time, like the wind, reshapes the landscape. What was once certain on the map is now lost to the clouds of history.
We are prone to calling the measure of the past a failure, forgetting that we stand upon its successes. After all this time, after all we've lost, we finally understand what truly matters.
With cinematography by Thomas Anderson. Edited by Alice Walker. The original score was composed by Michael Brent.
All scenes are AI generated. 636 ad.
For educational purposes only, 636 AD. In the year of our Lord 636, the light of knowledge continued to burn, however dimly, in places such as this.
By the summer of 636, the armies met at Yarmouk.
And so, with the sun setting on Byzantine rule, a new power emerged from the desert sand.